Welcome to the Diversified Arts YouTube channel.
I'm the Steph Meister.
I'm RocknRollTina, and today our band are a Downey bass band.
So please welcome New American.
I'm Johnny, I sing and play guitar.
I'm Alex, I play the drums.
I'm Chris and I play the guitar.
My name is Karim, I play bass and backup vocals.
Alright, so I'm with New American, and I'm very curious, how did you guys all meet?
Well, we all went to Downey High School, and me and Johnny have known each other since middle school. Yeah. And Chris and Karim have known each other since I think middle school as well,
Yeah,
right?
8th grade? Yeah, like 8th grade.
Yeah, so we all kind of just went our separate ways in high school, and then like after high school, that's when we all kind of connected musically, and here we are.
Me and Alex had guitar class together, and we weren't exactly best of friends through middle school. Like we sort of somehow ended up being adversaries. I don't know why. You know, I think we were just both two like angry kids. We're like, fuck that guy, I don't like him. You know, and that's just what we ended up doing. But once we got to guitar class, we both like loved power chords, and figured that was where we should go. And then when we were playing another band, we realized we needed a couple different members in to make New American happen. We sort of, Alex actually just sort of made Chris in the band in a very
You play guitar,
way.
dude?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, all right, you're in the band.
You want to be in the band or not?
He didn't say no, so he's still here.
And then a little while later, we picked up Karim on the bass, and you know, apparently we all went to the same school, but I don't remember Karim or Chris at all in school.
Just these two?
Yeah, apparently we sat like right next to each other in class, but I was like, nah,
Never
that didn't
said a word.
happen. You know, I'm not a good person. But yeah, it's pretty much how we came together. We've been doing this for like 3 years now.
Nice. Alright, so how did you guys come up with the name for the band?
Dude, well, we were called a different name, obviously before New American. But we were actually dropping off Alex's little sister to dance class somewhere in Downey. And we were just driving down the street, all of us in, I think it was like, well, one of his parents' cars. And then we were just like, we need a new name for the band, because the band name that we had at the time was not...
It wasn't good.
It wasn't great.
What was it?
No, it wasn't. Oh, what was
we don't remember at this point.
It was really bad.
That's removed from history.
Yeah,
but it's in the past.
We don't remember that stuff.
And then I forget how it came up, but somebody said New American. I don't even remember who said it or where it came from exactly. And then we all just agreed at that very moment to change our name to New American, and it's been like that ever since.
Because unless you use like random letters to spell something, or you throw them in front of it instead of the, like everything's taken, you know? So it was hard for us to come up with something. We finally found, we originally thought like New Americans, like plural, and then we're like, no, let's drop the S. Yeah, we already like people already think we're like some sort of like, you know, cultural movement because we're all not of the same origin. You know, yeah, it's like people are like, oh, I see, like, yeah, I see. It's like, okay, so you guys are like Hispanic and like a lot of the white and like, no, that's not it at all. You know, it's just a name. It's just kind of cool. Yeah.
So what are some of your musical influences that people that inspire you?
Well, musically, like for the drums, it's definitely like the English drummers, like Matt Helders from the Arctic Monkeys and Dominic Howard from Muse. But like growing up, my dad listened to a lot of 80s music, so like he's a big influence in my life with like Depeche Mode and Billy Idol and like, you know, the New Order and all those good stuff. Yeah, right. So that's kind of what I grew up listening to. So it kind of molded me into what I am now.
I sort of, when I was in high school and like really started to get into music, it was all like East Bay punk. It was like Rancid. It was like Green Day. But as I got like out of high school, it was like Queens of Stone Age hard, you know. It was, and now it's like Tame Impala. So I have to say, like, as for musicians that I really like, it's like Josh Homme, Kevin Parker, Billy Joe is up there for me. So it's like that kind of like pop song. Yeah, it's a good mixture, and I think that's what sort of brings this sort of odd riff pop sound that we have. So, yeah.
And I love Hendrix stuff through and through. He's my favorite guitar player, best musician ever.
Is that why you started?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I have a guitar just like him and everything. I love it. And I also love R&B stuff and soul stuff, so like, of course, and stuff we play are kind of influenced by that, things like that. So it's really smooth things like that.
But I used to listen to a lot of reggae and hip hop growing up, and some country music also. So it's kind of all thrown around in there.
Yeah. Every Garth Brooks song. You know,
I love them.
Everyone makes mistakes, you know.
He's a jukebox.
You can never make a mistake with Garth Brooks though. But yeah, it's just like reggae, hip hop, you know, some ska in there also. It's just whatever has a nice little funky bass line. I enjoy it.
we all show each other music, so there's definitely a lot of like what was one person's like musician of choice is now like all of ours. You know, it's we share music a lot.
How would you guys describe your music to people who haven't really listened to it?
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think all of us have a different way of explaining it.
So for me, the super simplified version
Right,
is like
one word then.
oh, it's not one word. It's kind of just two bands. Queens of Stone Age meets the Black Keys. That's the super simplified version of us, I would say. Definitely.
Yeah, I've sort of called it like riff pop, like because it's very riff-driven music and it still has like choruses that you can sing to, and so that's what I sort of think it is. But Queens of Stone Age and Black Keys, like those are two bands we love, and we sort of like to bring that blues aspect but play it harder and like
heavier, you know?
and heavier.
So
like that's something that
but not
it's,
too much.
it's like progressive blues.
So it's like they had a baby and you guys.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
much, yeah, we
It's
kind of
not-
like
not
to
too
that.
simple.
As weird as
Yeah.
it sounds, but
Yeah,
it's cool.
I mean, it's okay. We live in California. If Josh Homme and Dan Auerbach want to have a child, they can have a child. So
We're all
Yeah.
for it here. It's cool.
We wouldn't mind.
we're very progressive.
So I was listening to the album and one of my favorite tracks was Who Am I? How did that come to be? Like, I'm a sucker for a good bass riff.
Oh, well,
Dang.
well, I wrote it when I was listening to a lot of the band Spoon, and I sort of like the way they write songs that are like still kind of like they feel in a major key, but they're kind of like minor, and there's something about them that's kind of like dirty, but still like happy, you know. And so when I brought that in, Karim just sort of jumped all over that riff. And like I brought that originally, it was just that riff that I brought in the beginning, the being an intro riff, and then they just sort of jumped all over it. I don't know exactly where Karim came up with the bass line, but
That is pretty
Yeah.
It just happened. Like
Yeah.
most of the bass, like I mean, I like octaves a lot, and you'll hear that a lot.
Playing most of those parts is like just listening to the songs back to back, just R&B records, and just what I want it to sound
yeah,
like. And just go from there. Just make it a rock track.
yeah. And then lyrically, it was just at the time it just worked really well. I think it took me like 15 minutes to write something lyrically, which is kind of interesting. Sometimes it
Meant
takes
to
a
be.
long time. But the songs that are like meant to be, they just end up happening. You just stream of consciousness, write it out, and it's good to go.
It just feels
I really
good.
Yeah, it just felt right, you know.
So, how do you guys feel about your fans?
I love my mom. She's great.
She shows up to every show. She brings us halfway through our set. She brings us orange slices.
What's your mom's name?
Eva Mendes?
Eva Mendes? Find Eva Mendes at their shows.
No.
No, what's it called? No, like our fans. It's hard to say. I mean, like, cause at our shows, the most people that like usually show up are just like friends that we met because of the band. So they're like,
Yeah.
They're great fans.
Yeah, well,
it's like they weren't our
you know,
friends before the band, so it's like they're kind of fans, kind of
Yeah,
not.
like that means something when someone's like, oh yeah, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna go see you play. And then you sort of, and that's why I think it's interesting is like you're a band like us, and if we ever do make it somewhere, we actually do have like these, 50 or 60 people that we've met along the road that are just like, oh yeah, I dig New American. Every time that they're in town, I go see them.
Yeah.
But like we haven't gotten to a point where it's like, oh no, I don't particularly care for this kind of fan. Like anyone that like digs our music, regardless of gender or style, it doesn't matter. Like come on in, like we're all happy. Just like we'll have a beer and we'll figure it out and we'll talk and talk about music and stuff
So
like
you
that.
guys are a fan band then? A fan band. You guys
Yeah, I
are
guess so.
friends with your fans.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Like we just hit people up like, hey, we're gonna be like in Fresno. We went on our tour. And a guy, Jason Enns, he's like the editor over at like Cal State Long Beach for one of their newspapers. He saw us once over playing like one of the bars at Cal State Long Beach, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys are like sick. Like I took photos of you, and like whenever you guys are ever playing a show, just like hit me up." And then we posted something on Instagram while we're on tour in Fresno, and he's like, "Oh, I live in Fresno. Like that's where I'm from. Like I'm gonna bring some folks out and watch you play." And it's like that was cool. Like we met new people in Fresno where we know no one.
For real, yeah.
And
they knew our songs too.
And they knew our songs. That's the cool thing when people are like, oh yeah, I dig Drop the Needle. I was like,
Yeah, they post pictures with their shirts on Instagram and stuff. It's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, that's a cool feeling because we're not paying them.
But like, to me, it doesn't feel like a fan just like, oh, we know their name. It's like, oh, what's up, dude?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they are fans, but I mean,
Yeah,
I guess we're all fans.
it's cool. It's cool when people are like, yeah, I'm glad that I got to see you guys before you guys did something bigger, which is like that's a cool thing to hear.
So you guys appreciate your fans.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, it's like it's all about like sort of going and seeing cool bands, telling people about them. Like we're like big fans of other LA bands, other Downey bands, other Long Beach bands that are like us and haven't made it, but we go and like talk to those bands and go and see them because it's like that's what it's about.
So, where would you guys like to play next? Any dream venue of your choosing?
Coachella.
Yeah.
That's it right there with the shirt
That's
on.
it? Coachella?
Well, I mean, that's the start. As of right now, that's like just the festival. Get on the festival track, you know. Play all the big festivals in the U.S. and Europe. But you
Dreams,
know, that
big
dreams,
dreams.
you know?
Yeah, you gotta
Look at
do
this
this
advertisement
far.
right
Yeah.
here.
I mean, if you guys want to see a free ticket, that'd be cool
Yeah.
too.
Coachella, please.
Just Coachella and
The outdoor stage in particular. No,
Big festivals, you know.
no, like because we're all from LA and we've all been to go see cool shows at like the Echo and the Echoplex. Like that is a place that like is our next step in places that we really want to play. Like we've had like weird shows. We played like the Grove of Anaheim or like the House of Blues, and you're like, it's like okay,
but it's worth it.
it's,
You
it's
know, it's
yeah.
gotta
cool.
go
Like
to
cool,
these-
and it's cool to be able to like connect your name. Like we did the Sunset Strip a bunch of times. We've done Key Club. We did the Whiskey. We did all those things.
The
When
rock
people
scene,
hear about this from not LA, they're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, the whiskey.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
so
that's true,
good.
too.
You're so good, man.
But like, I want to play like the venues that my favorite bands are playing, and with stuff like the Wiltern. I'd love to play the Wiltern. I'd love to play the Fonda, the Palladium. Like the amount of friggin' metal shows I've seen at the Palladium. Like I have to go like show. I have to go and play there one day. Like mostly for me, it's like it's the cool LA venues. That's what I want to play.
I would say Madison Square Garden.
Damn.
Damn, dude.
Damn.
I played the huge
Jeez.
ones. O2 Arena, one of the huge ones.
He's dreaming, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dreaming, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like, I don't know venues like these guys do. I'm not a show guy.
He will follow where the band goes.
I will.
Say Coachella, dude. You won.
Just say what I said.
Madison Square Garden.
Go, the Gobi stage at the
What did you say? Echoplex.
Echoplex,
Everywhere.
yeah.
All these places.
Please don't act like that was so difficult for you to remember. We're going to Echo Park Rising probably in like 2 months.
I wrote a list on my leg. Like, you guys are watching.
Alright, guys, is there a band you want to give a shout out to in the local scene who you think people should go check out right now?
What was that R&B?
Yeah.
R&B and Fernway.
Fernway for
Those
sure.
two for sure.
Yeah,
and
Homeboys.
R&B for sure too.
Yeah, I mean, I think Fernway is like a really great band, but like sort of mixing up like sort of a shoegazy sound with something a little bit more
Like
like
Spacey Tree stuff.
yeah, which is kind of cool. But like besides that, like I go every time Swim plays in town. There's a band called it's like SWIMM.
Oh,
Those guys are really really sick. Like every time they play the Echoplex, I'm there to watch those guys.
Ride the Wave also.
Swimmers?
Yeah.
Not Swimmers,
Swim,
no.
okay, Swim. I've seen
Yeah,
two
yeah.
different bands like that.
Yeah, they're actually from Florida, and they came here to like play their music. But like they're getting on the radio now, and but just we like sort of underestimated them at the Echoplex once. We're like, who are these guys? They're taking too long to start up.
That's how it always begins.
Yeah, and then they play, and they're like, man, these guys are really cool. You know, so yeah, those dudes. And Fernway, I really like Fernway.
I'd say Ride the Wave and Two-Headed Cat.
Ride the Wave, yeah.
Two-Headed Cat's actually local for me. Those young kids rip. It was good.
Yeah.
those guys.
Very good.
Any advice for kids out there who want to start a band? For just looking at that guitar and like looking at the drums, any kid.
You go first, Alex?
Just play. You
Yeah.
gotta suck for a while. You gotta suck for a good while, and then once you get good, you'll appreciate it way more.
Yeah.
So just play and suck with your friends, and then eventually you get good.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of have to echo the same thing. We played a show last month, and we played with bands we've been playing with for like 3 years, and the bands that we were 3 years ago are so much different. Like when we saw those bands like 3 years ago, like yeah, they don't have it yet, you know. But now we see those bands, like you really just have to like be crappy for a while, and just until you figure out like this is what works, this is what sounds good, this is what is like our, take on music, and then once you find that, then you can sort of work from there. Because there's been plenty of really crappy musicians out there that made themselves something, you know. Lenny Kravitz didn't know how to play guitar at one point, you know what I mean? So
Don't give up, because every time, I remember like when I first started playing with these guys, I was like, man, I'm not good enough to do this. I can't play rock music, what am I doing? And then a week later I was playing my first show, and I was like, okay, that was terrible. I embarrassed myself, and now 4 years later, every single show, someone's like, you guys are sick. You're amazing. You're the best guitar player I've ever heard.
you embarrass
You need to
yourself.
embarrass yourself on the show,
Yeah.
and then you're like, damn.
I
I
embarrass
gotta get
myself
better.
every time to me, but hey, man, people
That's
say
the best
you're really
awakening.
good. So.
Yeah.
I'll just say practice individually and with your bandmates. Because you definitely tell the difference between a band that practices together maybe once or twice a week and a band that practices together once a month. Like
Yeah.
you could hear it
You
in
can
the sound,
hear
how
it,
tight
yeah.
it is, how just how it sounds.
people get a copy of your album?
You can come to our shows. Definitely.
Yeah.
Get it from us. But we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're everywhere.
Yeah, you can pretty much pick it up at any place that has online distribution and stuff like that. But like, yeah, SoundCloud, Spotify in particular, it's really easy to find us.
But the best thing to do is come to our shows.
Yeah.
And get it from us.
Always.
Do it.
Physical
All
copies.
right. So when are you guys gonna play any more shows? Soon?
We have a couple shows coming up, but one in particular on August 26th is we get to play Silver Lake Lounge in Silver Lake, and we're pretty stoked about that. Yeah.